Hello. I'm sure that despite the unprecedented times we're in, a couple of us would have started and maybe even finished our Christmas gift shopping. So today, I'll be talking about one of those gifts that doesn't need to be restricted and shouldn't be restricted to Christmas time. See you in a bit. Welcome to the Quip Corner with me, Ada, the Quip Queen. Talking about Christmas gifts, a couple years ago, I woke up to the realization that I had been doing a great job buying gifts for everyone else, their birthdays, Christmas, and things like that. And then I was like, Ada, you deserve to get a gift that you need or want. And so I started buying my own Christmas gifts. Needless to say, I have been very happy with the gifts I have gotten for myself. Do you do that? Do you get gifts for yourself? Today we'll be talking about a very special gift. A gift that we need to give ourselves regularly. Not just as Christmas time, regularly. And that gift is what I talk about in Quip 90 in my book. Well, my first book. So let's look at it together. Quip 90 says, forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, and it usually comes wrapped in offense. It's a gift you give to yourself, and it's usually wrapped in offense. And so this was the picture I found for it. The Chinese character that spells out forgiveness. Forgiveness is a very interesting topic, or shall I say aspect of our lives. Because sometimes the person who has brought the offense or caused the offense is clueless. Sometimes the person just doesn't know that they have offended you. And sometimes, I'd say sadly, some people know and they don't care. But let's talk more about those who don't even know that they have offended you. Sometimes they don't know that they have offended you because you haven't spoken to the person. And we're always encouraged, if somebody upsets you or offends you, talk to that person and iron things out. On the other end of the person not knowing is when you have taken offense and refuse to forgive somebody who is dead. Yes, as ridiculous as that may sound, guess what? You're looking at someone who did that for a couple years. As you would have heard on some of my previous videos, my mom died a few days to Christmas, and it was a really hard time for me. It happened while I was still a teenager, and I didn't realize that I was living in unforgiveness until I went to a prayer meeting. Let me tell you about that prayer meeting. So here we were asked to pray for people who were having a hard time forgiving others. Oh my. Because of how much I love other people, I was praying very fervently for all of them. All those people who are having a hard time forgiving. And I was like, oh Lord, help these people. Help them. Mercy, Lord. Have mercy on these people. And then the Holy Spirit, in his very, very kind and gentle way, it was almost like he tapped me on the shoulder and said, Ada, guess what? You're one of them. Who said that? And then he gently walked me through how I had held a grudge, how I had been bitter that my mother had left me so early in life. Wow. believe it or not, this was happening, 2 years, about 2 years or thereabouts after my mother had died. I had been carrying this grudge. I had been carrying this unforgiveness in my heart. And so at that time I repented. I let go of that grudge. It was so freeing. And I can tell you that if you're having a hard time forgiving anybody, when you give that gift of forgiveness, you are freed. Because like they say, unforgiveness is like drinking poison and waiting for somebody else to die. It kills you from the inside. When I let go of that grudge, not only was I freed, I now came to that place where I could be grateful that I even had my mother at all versus resentful. Unforgiveness is a burden. It's a killer. Forgiveness gives life. It frees you up in more ways than you can imagine. Another fallout of my mother dying a few days before Christmas was that it was difficult for me to celebrate Christmas for a couple years. Maybe decades, almost. So I really want to thank my husband for his patience with me. I just couldn't bring myself to celebrate Christmas, even though I had let go of that grudge. But now I do celebrate Christmas. So I want to wish you and yours a really wonderful Christmas. And please don't forget to give yourselves that gift of forgiveness daily. Your lives will be richer, your lives will be fuller versus emptier. Thanks again for joining me in the Quip Corner today. I hope, the talk on forgiveness is one that resonates for you or one that you'd like to share with others. Because sometimes you may not be living in unforgiveness. Somebody else might. And if you haven't already done so, I encourage you to please subscribe to this channel and spread the word. You can also order autographed copies of my books. You'll see the information right at the end. Take care and have a wonderful Christmas. Bye now.